Steve.
He's coming, he'll be just a little bit late, he said. He'll be here in time for the...
Oh, I got it?
You grabbed it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Starting. Oh, 9:30?
That's the last information I had, yeah.
I think that we're going to have a closed session.
Yeah, we'll be.
Good afternoon. I'll call to order the meeting of the New Ulm Public Utilities Commission for the month of October. The first item on our agenda is approval of the minutes from September.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting held September 24th, 2019.
Second.
Any discussion of the motion? All in favor of the motion to approve the minutes for September 24th indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is to consider the monthly utility operations.
Okay, President Heine, Commissioners, I just have a couple of items to note. Under the electric distribution, contractors began working on the 69 kV breakers at the Northside Substation this week. This bid was awarded to L&S Electric at the May 28th Commission meeting. Under engineering, an engineering firm has been selected for the river erosion control issues, and we have been given them notice to proceed. The surveying has been started, and we found out that this may be a potential FEMA project, so we may be able to apply for some FEMA help in order to get that erosion taken care of. And the transmission, MISO transmission ownership study, phase 2 has begun and is in progress. And we also have a meeting set up to review the process, which is scheduled for tomorrow. So we'll have more on that for you as well. And the only thing I had left was just wanted to recognize Dave O'Brien from the gas department. He's a gas department supervisor. He has 40 years of service.
Saw that.
So that's an accomplishment.
And who is our employee of the month?
The employee of the month this month is Rick Konakowitz. Rick serves in the position of Service Technician 1 in the gas department, and he's been employed since May of 1984. He does most of the locating and trouble calls for the gas department, and over the years has developed good working relationships with all of the local contractors. The gas department received 1,875 locate tickets in 2018, and Rick completed 1,623 of them, or 87% with no missed locates. He's very thorough when responding to trouble calls, and before he leaves the site, he makes sure that the customer is informed of what he found. He hasn't had any safety violations and is very good at his job and deserves to be recognized for his efforts. So congratulations, Rick Konakowitz.
Okay, and thank you from the commission to Rick. If we'd have a motion to approve the report, that would include also recognizing employee of the month.
I'll make a motion to receive and order file the report regarding monthly utility operations and also recognize Rick Konakowitz, Service Technician 1 in the gas department as employee of the month for September 2019.
A second.
Any discussion of the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Our next agenda item is to receive a report regarding Public Power Week.
Good evening. So this year, well, last year, if you remember, we had kind of a big ordeal. We hired a band, had lots of food, and a lot of people came. So this year we decided to kind of tone it down a little bit. We had an event on October 8th, and it lasted from about 9 to 11:30, so roughly, 2.5 hours. And in that time, we had about 137 people stop by, or at least that's the count that we have from registering from our kind of prizes or raffle that we had. So the draw was we purchased 2 mini Energy Star mini refrigerators that we raffled off to 2 of our customers. And the reason why we could kind of purchase those 2 products is that they were Energy Star certified, and I could use the savings from purchasing that towards our conservation improvement plan, our program yearly reports. So it was a nice little gift for our customers, and we could also take credit for the energy savings that they'll get from using those. During that time, we had not only the customers, but we had some daycare stop by, so we had some activity books for some of the kids or any other kids that stopped by, and then the customers also received Energy Awareness Commission reusable bag and some activity books in there as also and some flashlights and Energy Star light bulb information. Another activity that we did was we decided to do a short video. So we worked with NewCat, and they helped us do a short video on the benefits of public power. And we did that because with Public Power Week, but it was designed to also be used different times throughout the year and just the benefits of public power. So along with that, we have the video here if you'd like to see it, if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chris from the New Ulm Public Utilities, and I'm here to talk to you about public power. Public power is community power, and that means that the decisions that are made at your utility are made by the people that live and work in your community.
The New Ulm Public Utilities provides electric, water, district energy, natural gas, and wastewater services to the residents and businesses in the New Ulm area.
These utilities sustain our customers and promote the growth and well-being of our community.
With emphasis on long-term goals.
Being community-owned and a not-for-profit, it's customers like you that help make decisions.
The benefits of living in a public power community include lower rates, high reliability, economic development, and local control.
The convenience of a municipal utility. Put all your services, electric, gas, water, and sewer on one utility bill.
Municipal utilities help fund your city programs and economy.
Customers have the benefit of quick response from crews located in the community.
Public power puts the power in the hands of the people. Stop by a New Ulm Public Utilities Commission meeting and share your ideas. Together, we can keep our utility
affordable,
reliable,
and environmentally responsible.
That's good. I thought it was very good.
Excellent.
Congratulations. Yeah, good job. Thanks to NewCat.
Yep, thank you.
Absolutely.
Any other questions on Public Power Week?
When can we show that? I think it was a great job of explaining
Well, it's they're showing that on the NewCat
channel. Right.
I'm not sure how much longer they'll be playing it. I think that whole week it was played quite a bit, and then they'll just keep showing it periodically from now on. So, and since this was a success, we'll be looking to utilize their help on some future ideas that we have. So,
good.
Yep.
Great. Thanks.
I'll make the motion to receive and order file the summary report of the 2019 Public Power Week event.
I'll second.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Looks like we're on to new business, and we need to receive our preliminary 2020 budget for the utility.
Okay, this is the presentation of the preliminary 2020 budget. For 2020, we have operating income of $44,028,807, operating expenses of $210,731, to get a net operating income of $1,818,076. We also have some non-operating income and expenses totaling $1,031,483, with net income before net operating transfers of $2,849,559. We had a change in unrestricted cash of a negative $114,891, and debt service coverage of 6.6 times. The budget has also been color-coded to indicate a 20% variance from the approved 2019 budget. So when we review that, you'll have that to look at.
Okay.
I'll offer the motion to receive and order filed the preliminary 2020 budget for the New Ulm Public Utilities.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next, we need to schedule a meeting for us to review the preliminary budget in a little bit more detail. That's tentatively set for Tuesday, the 26th at 2 p.m. Is that right?
Yes, I just want to make everyone aware that will be held at the New Ulm Public Utilities Front Conference Room at 310 First North Street. And it's scheduled for 2 p.m. Tuesday, November 26th. That would be 2.5 hours prior to the commission meeting that day. So I believe everyone was able to attend as far as commissioners as well as staff. So if that works for everyone, we'd like to hold it then.
So we do need a motion to officially schedule it? Or yes?
Yeah.
I'll offer the motion to schedule a meeting to review the preliminary 2020 budget for the New Ulm Public Utilities at 2 p.m. Tuesday, November 26, 2019, in the Public Utilities Front Conference Room, 310 First North Street.
I'll second.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is to consider the holiday schedule, in particular Thanksgiving Day off.
All right. Shauna Boomgarden, Human Resources Director. Thanks, President Heine and Commissioners. What we would like to do is add the day after Thanksgiving holiday as a holiday for PUC employees for 2019. At the October 1st City Council meeting, the City Council did approve the addition of that day for 2019 for all city employees. We also did receive information from 62 cities in the state of Minnesota, and 53 of those cities did have the day after Thanksgiving as a holiday. So this would mean that we will for 2019 have 10 holidays and 2 floating holidays. So we ask that you approve that today.
I'll offer the motion to approve the addition of the day after Thanksgiving holiday for all employees, November 29th for 2019.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of approving the day after Thanksgiving as a holiday for 2019 indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is to discuss the Northside Substation.
Good afternoon. This proposal is somewhat a continuation of the 20-year study that was presented last August, or a year ago last August already. It identified the need to look at the hill up there around Menards, and that we're starting to be starting to develop up there, and we don't know how well we can serve that area. The Northside Substation is obviously on the north side of town, but quite some geographic distance away. It's got a second bay in there where we may end up putting another transformer in the second bay. But if you look at its location, about half of its service area is in the floodplain that will never develop out. So part of this is to evaluate the value of developing another substation where putting a new transformer and gear, you get the full radius, 365 degrees of service area, and more where the load is wanting to grow and develop. So that's what they're going to do, and do somewhat of a study to help us figure out exactly when we need to get this built. If you have any questions.
I think also, if I could just add that the study will give us some trigger points as to maybe when certain things need to happen. Building a substation takes a bit of a lead time, and so we have to have some idea prior to when we need it. So the study will help us find the best solution, as well as possibly give us some indication of when to look for that solution. The other thing I wanted to make a note is this study is actually in the 2020 budget. So if you are approving it tonight, you're actually approving it for the 2020 budget. Due to the engineers' workload and that type of thing, we want to get in the queue right away so that we can get it started right away in the beginning of January. So just so that you're aware of that.
Okay, thank you.
I'll offer the motion to authorize the city manager to accept the proposal from Power System Engineering Incorporated for the Northside Substation area study for $40,000.
I'll second.
Any discussion on that motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thanks. Dan, you have the next item agenda for transmission pole replacement project.
And again, to Chris's point, this is a 2020 budget item. We're just looking to get in line, so everybody's whose budget starts January 1, we don't want to be the last one in line. We'd prefer to be first. And this project is both to review, to replace in kind, the woodpecker damaged poles going across the river crossing, and those wishbone poles that have been pointed out in the last couple of years of being somewhat in question, which is some of those poles are right along the old water plant, if you know where that's at, or kind of north of the 3M building, right along that stretch, and then where they cross actually Highway 15. But this would be to do the design, do the bidding, everything we need, including construction services of the engineering portion of it. Obviously, we'll be coming back with a acceptance of bid for the actual construction services sometime next year. If you've got any questions.
This is with PSE, same company, right?
Yep.
I'll offer the motion to authorize the city manager to accept the proposal from Power Systems Engineering Incorporated to develop plans and specs, set bid date, and advertise the bids for transmission pole replacement project in the amount of $72,650.
Second.
Any discussion of the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion carries. You're still standing there.
Yep. One more time.
I'm spending a lot of money.
The boiler, number 4 boiler controls update, right?
Yep. This is actually an acceptance of a bid. We went out for, this project went out for bid, and we received 2 quotes that came in. We've elected, our budget was $200,000, as you can see, but we were surprised to find out that we could do everything, the base bid, VFDs and everything for $225.36. With the spare parts, it's $231. That's a pretty good value for the money, because that will allow the boiler, both the ID and FD fan, to follow the load more accurately than they currently do now. Now they just run wide open. By adding the VFDs, they'll be able to slow those motors down when we're running at 2-3 meg rather than a 15. So it'll greatly increase the efficiency. So we feel going with the full suite of package of, in the letter attached, item 3 and 4 for $231,356 would be the best value for the utility.
So you lost me. You said we budgeted 200,000, but we're super excited that it's 231. So
Well,
are you saying we're getting more than we were planning to?
Yeah, because we were anticipating adding those VFDs and separator controls to take the project over 300,000.
Okay.
And it came in significantly less. We had sticker shock in a good way on that one.
Okay.
You know, and just a note that these controls are from 1965, so they certainly have
Are you
served their
sure?
useful life. So
They
it's-
actually still work just fine somewhat, but we can't find anybody to work on them anymore. So it's time for them to go. We really need them to make an upgrade here.
I'll offer the motion to authorize city manager to accept and sign proposal from Semino Sterling of Hudson, Wisconsin for the boiler number 4 controls upgrade for $231,365.
Second.
Any more discussion on the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And you can give someone else a turn. Next item is for software.
Yes, yes. One of the problems when you start doing evaluations and audits is, of course, you get to find out all your weaknesses. And one of the weaknesses that vendors that have been doing our audits have pointed out is that we don't have a whole lot of ways to control who accesses our network, and making sure that only authorized devices are able to access our network. And the recommendation is pretty consistent across everyone that we talk to, is that we should implement a network access control system. So what that does is it just makes sure that every computer that connects to the network is authorized to connect. And if it isn't authorized, then you get guest access. And so it gives us a few capabilities. One, obviously, it keeps the unauthorized devices off of our internal network. It also makes it so that if someone does need to come in and hook up a device, they can still get internet. An example of this is sometimes at the community center or the civic center. We have meeting rooms there. And right now, the only way to give people internet if they need to plug in is to actually plug into our network. That's a less than ideal situation. With the implementation of a system like this, they would be able to still connect and would get internet, but they wouldn't be able to be on our network. And if an employee came in with their laptop and needed to plug in, they would be able to plug in and get our network. So it's a pretty nice system and a pretty nice way for us to control that access. We got 3 different bids. I did not include them because they do have some proprietary information on that, or there's 3 quotes, excuse me. And I'd be more than happy to have you let you take a look at them if you want. I have printouts of them here. The lowest quote was from Marco, and on paper it looked like the highest quote, but actually that was they had quoted us a range of hours, and their lowest range of hours on the quote was actually the lowest amount. They also quoted 60 or 80 hours as opposed to, I think the next highest was 60 hours for the project. And so we felt that they would be, in the end, they would end up being the lowest quote.
Okay, thank you.
I'll offer the motion to approve the purchase of network access control software and labor from Marco Technologies and authorize staff to accept and sign quote.
Second.
Any discussion of the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. The last item on almost the last item on the agenda is to consider claims paid and claims to be paid.
I'll offer the motion to consider acceptance of list of claims paid in the amount of $2,495,482.66 and approve the list of claims to be paid in the amount of $338,423.33.
Second.
Any discussion of the motion? All in favor of the claims to be paid and claims paid in the amounts recited indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And the next item on the agenda is a need for us to go into closed session. I suppose we need a motion to go into closed session. The purpose is generally to discuss litigation that we've discussed before in closed session. If we have a motion, and then I can recite the basis once we've approved a decision to go into closed session.
I'll make the motion to go into a closed session to update status of pending arbitration with the City of Fairfax and Heartland Corn Products.
I'll second.
Any discussion of the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Therefore, the New Ulm Public Utilities Commission will convene a closed session in accordance with Minnesota Statute 13D.05 Subdivision 3B, as permitted by the attorney-client privilege, to discuss and consider matters relating to a formal mediation session, which is scheduled for November 11th, 2019, in connection with pending arbitration proceeding involving Heartland Corn Products, New Ulm Public Utilities, and the City of Fairfax.